Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Business Motivation and Empowerment Call with myself, Solandia Hammond, a.k.a. Sue Ham Baby, call that is currently happening every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which actually brings me to an update, guys. Before I get into the update, thank you. You could be anywhere else, but you are here with us, and we do not take it for granted. We so welcome you for our newcomers, and we welcome our loyal listeners who are here every Wednesday. But things are going to change up a little bit, okay? Just so you know, we won't be doing the call every Wednesday. We're actually going to come to you every single day, 5 days out of the week, Monday through Friday via a podcast. And you'll be able to listen to that via our blog at suham.com. We're going to implement those changes the last day of October. So up until October, you can still tune in every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling into this number. After that, guys, we're going to go to a podcast Monday through Friday. And we're going to list the podcast on our social media platforms at 9 a.m. And you can go to our website at suham.com and still tune in and get all the great information from the calls. One of the great things about going to this format is we are going to have guests every day of the week. So you'll get to hear from other people about their expertise, about their stories, and how they can help you to grow your business and your life, your finances, your health, and all of that great stuff. So I wanted to add more value to the marketplace, and I just thought that would be the best way to do it. So stay tuned for that. That's happening the last week, the last day in October. That's what's going to be going on with the call. Also, guys, I want to let you guys know about the Mastermind, Business Explosion Mastermind that is happening February 28th, 2015. Oh, my God. Can you guys believe it? We're almost in 2015. But that's happening February 28th, 2015 through March 5th. 2015, Business Explosion Mastermind, where you get to work one-on-one with myself and my business partner, Terry L. Clay, in beautiful Miramar Beach, Florida, staying in a mansion with our private chef, private access to the beach, and we're in a nice house talking, helping you to grow your business, working on your mindset training. We just got word that we got a Zumba instructor that's going to be there. She's actually buying into the mastermind, so she'll be teaching us some Zumba while she's there. And while at the mastermind, guys, you'll learn a variety of different things, ranging from how to get paid speaking engagements to creating membership sites, to launching your own products, to writing your own book, how to become an Amazon #1 bestseller, how to create T-shirt lines, and so many other different things. If you're interested in that mastermind and everything that it has to offer, just head over to suham.com, SUEHAM.com, and click on the tab that says Mastermind with Sue, and it will tell you all about that. One last thing, guys, and then we're going to get into our topic of the day. I want to let you know that every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Terry Clay and I, the Business Explosion, we offer free training every Tuesday night. If you want to lock into that free training, again, all that information is on suham.com. And we just wrote a blog post on yesterday, guys, about 20 things that millionaires do. You have to go check that out. It's crazy. Go check that out. 20 things that people do to become a millionaire. Yeah, 20 things to become a millionaire. So that's on the blog post at suham.com. And today we are talking about things that millionaires do. Listen, they say the quickest way to be successful, right, is to help somebody else be successful, but also to model success. Success leaves clues, right? And as I often say on this call, I always say it's time for you to put on your private investigator hat, time for you to be a detective and look for the clues and follow those clues, right? Implement those clues and become successful like others have done. You don't have to worry. You don't have to wander around in the dark or the wilderness of confusion. In the wilderness of confusion, you can actually look at who's successful, look at where they're going, look at where they've been, look at where they are, where they're going, and actually model that. Again, success leaves clues. So today on this call, I am excited to talk about some of the things that millionaires do. Now, if you've been on the call in the past, you know I've always mentioned that I had loads of money in the past. It just filter through my hands. And one of the things I found out that millionaires do is that they save. They actually save. Even though they make a lot of money, guys, they actually save. But one thing that I found very, very, very intriguing in my search about what millionaires do is that, number one, they have a sense of urgency. That's important to say. They have a sense of urgency. If you see millionaires, billionaires, they're on the go. They have a purpose. They have a goal. They know what they're here for. They have a sense of urgency. It's not sitting around idle. It's not wondering what's going to happen. It's not the someday I will, or someday when I get this age, or someday when I get this money, or someday when I get this opportunity, I'll do it. No, they're not like that. Their mentality is to get it done. Opportunities are only opportunities if you're taking full advantage of them. And they understand that. They're ambitious, and they understand you must have a sense of urgency, which is what most of society does not have, hence the reason a lot of society are not millionaires. So one of the things that they do is they have a sense of urgency. Let me ask you this. Do you have a sense of urgency about your business? Is it of utmost importance to you? Do you have that can-do, will-do attitude? Do you have that by any means necessary? Do you have that Les Brown mentality? It's possible. Do you have that sense of urgency? Or are you falling on the side of being lethargic, being lazy, coming up with the excuses? If you want to be a millionaire, you've got to do what they do. Success leaves clues. And one thing that they definitely do is they have a sense of urgency. All right? So that really intrigued me. Now, another thing I learned that millionaires do is that they have elevated influence. Now, what that simply means, right, is that they have a mentor. Behind every millionaire, you're going to find an educated and wise mentor. I'm going to be honest with you. The people that I study, I have yet to find any one of them that do not have mentors or coaches to guide them. Again, that goes back to success leaves clues. So in order to become a millionaire, you need to get a coach that is going to teach you the way to go. You need to get a mentor that is going to teach you the way to go. And when you have people that are leading you and you're spending time with the right people and they're influencing you, you have nowhere to go but up. We know the saying, birds of a feather flock together. So if I want to be a millionaire, if I want to be a billionaire, why would I hang around people who just sit on the corner every day? Think about that. You need elevated influence. You need to be around like-minded people. Actually, I like the fact of being around people who are like 8 steps ahead of me. I like being around people that kind of like intimidate me because that forces me, compels me to want to grow, to break out of my bubble, to break out of my box so that I can get to their level. And once I've gotten to their level, if they're not growing anymore, then it's time for me to find a new group, a new group of people to be around so that I can get to different levels. You do not want to stunt your growth. You want elevated influence. You want coaches and mentors that are going to guide you and lead you in the right way. And one of the things that I found about millionaires and billionaires is that they have mentors and coaches. They need people who think bigger than them. They need people who are going to challenge them. They need people who are going to guide them. They need people who are going to push them and say, keep on going. Now, another thing that they do, millionaires and billionaires, is they maximize their strengths. I don't know if you guys know who Gary Vaynerchuk is. He is the CEO of, what is it called? Vayner Media, I think it is. I may have it wrong. But Gary Vaynerchuk, I really like him. This guy is just cutthroat, says what he wants. And I don't mean cutthroat in a negative way. I mean he goes after his goals, right? He's very competitive. And he says what he wants. I mean, if you watch Gary Vaynerchuk on YouTube, you're going to find him saying a few choice words. So if you can't handle that, you may not want to watch him. But I love the authenticity of him and his integrity, the way he comes off. But one of the things that Gary Vaynerchuk says is, I suck at 99% of stuff, but I go all out on the 1% I'm good at. Guys, that in and of itself summarizes what maximizing your strength is. So if you know what you're good at, maximize that. It doesn't matter that you can do 100 different things. What is that one thing that you do exceptionally well? That's the thing that you need to maximize, because a lot of times we become unfocused because we're trying to do 10 different things at one time, and we're really not getting anywhere because our energy and our focus is spread out across 10 different things when we really need to maximize our strength on that one thing, allow it to build, and allow it to provide opportunities to be able to focus on other things. So one of the things that they do, millionaires and billionaires, is they maximize their strength. They learn to surround themselves with people who complement their weaknesses, and they focus on what's that important thing to make it work, okay? So here's the thing. The jack of all trades is seldom exceptional at anything and usually broke. Do we get that? The jack of all trades is seldom exceptional at anything and is usually broke. All right, so another thing that millionaires and billionaires do is they never trade time for money. They never, ever, ever, ever trade time for money. That is one of the reasons why entrepreneurship, network marketing, direct sales, and internet businesses are growing exponentially, because of the endless possibility to make money without doing a whole lot of work. You're seeing so many people become millionaires via the internet because they're creating T-shirt lines, or they're launching businesses online, or they're creating membership sites or programs. They're building a brand, they're partnering, they're doing affiliate marketing, all of this stuff online that doesn't require a lot of money. They're not trading their time for money, and hence the reason why they're able to make so much money. Now, I'm not saying that this stuff is easy when you first start off, because it's not, okay? Anything worth doing is not going to be easy yet, even though it's simple. The thing is, you have to be consistent at what you are doing. If you want to make more money, you got to become more valuable. Now, I said this earlier this week in a video. The law of value states that you're going to be compensated based on the value that you bring to the marketplace, based on the skills that you bring to the marketplace. The better value you bring, the more money you make. The better skills you bring, the more money you make. So when you can do these things and you can maximize your time and you can get into network marketing, become an entrepreneur, do direct sales, open up an internet business, do affiliate marketing, get membership sites, guys, you're going to see that your money is going to start to change. Will it require work? Of course it will. Of course it will. And here's another thing that I really, really loved about millionaires and billionaires. They could care less about what other people think. They could care less if you like them or if you dislike them. Your opinion does not matter. And one thing I have found is that they have extremely thick skin. You know, Steve Jobs said, your time is limited, so don't waste time. Don't waste it living somebody else's life. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living somebody else's life. When you own the fact that this is your life, these are your decisions, these are your dreams, this is your time, and that what nobody else says, thinks, or feels matters, you're going to produce results even faster in your life and in your business. So that is very, very key that I've found, that many millionaires and billionaires, they could care less about what Robert thinks, about what Susie thinks. They are going to do what satisfies them. They're going to live life on the edge. They're going to push the envelope. They're going to take risks because they know that it pays off. Will Smith said, trying to get everybody to like you is the most common chosen road to mediocrity. Now, here's the thing. I like to talk about triangles, right? At the base of a triangle, the base of the triangle is the widest. And the reason for that is because that's where mediocrity lives. And at the base of the triangle where mediocrity lives, it's filled. It's housing all of the people because everybody wants to be average, right? And I say they want to be average because they're not aspiring to do better. And at the tip of the triangle, the peak, is where it's the smallest. And that's where the little majority of the millionaires, the successful people, the billionaires, and let me give this disclaimer. You do not have to be a millionaire or a billionaire to be successful, okay? But at the peak is where that little number resides. That little number it fluctuates between 1% to 3% of the world's population that are wealthy and successful. The rest are broke, unhappy, and miserable, barely making ends meet, going to a job that they hate, working 30, 40 years, retiring broke, disgusted, and unhappy. All right, moving on, guys. Another tip that I found that millionaires and billionaires do is they are producers first, consumers second. What does that mean? That means they focus on building stuff. They focus on producing things. Unfortunately, a lot of people focus on consumption, meaning buying. Okay, with millionaires and billionaires. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting tongue-tied because I get excited about this type of stuff. But with millionaires and billionaires, they're focused on creating stuff. Okay, they're looking at buying stuff later, spending money on frivolous stuff later. Their thing is, how do I make money now? How do I create opportunities for myself? How do I maximize my potential? How do I maximize my results? And the one way to maximize your results is to focus on building something bigger and to consistently be on purpose with creating new things and producing results and not consuming, okay? So those are a couple of things that I found to be very intriguing that millionaires and billionaires do. How, those are just some of the trends. There are so many other different trends. I actually did a blog post on 25 daily habits of highly successful people, and it's been a very popular blog post, and you guys can find that at suham.com. But, some of the things on that blog post were like they don't gossip. They don't have time to sit and gossip. They don't have time to waste time, and gossiping is wasting time. They are always reading. They're always investing in themselves. They're always listening to motivational audio. They're always trying to help their fellow man. They are always giving 100%, committed to excellence. These are the people that stand out. These are the people that go above the norm, and these are the people that attract wealth. Because, again, the law of value states that when you put out value, when you put out exceptional skills, you are compensated for that. So the more value you put out, the more skills you put out, the more you will be compensated. And, again, guys, like I said, on my blog on yesterday, we wrote a blog post that said 20 things to become a millionaire, which are 20 things that you can do to become a millionaire. And some of those things range, and you're going to be amazed by some of the things on this list, but some of those things range from buying the things that you need, not the things that you want, spending less than what you earn, using time to your advantage, understanding that life happens. And I was amazed, but on the list, it was get a second job. That's what a lot of people are doing to become millionaires. They're getting second jobs so that they can pay off bills and so they can put the extra money into financing their business. You can't be afraid to have big vision. You can't be afraid to take risks. And another thing that they do is they invest in themselves and realize that there is more than one way to approach a problem. If you want the whole 20 items that's on that list, guys, just head over to suham.com. You're going to be amazed at the 20 things that are used to become a millionaire in this day and age. I'm excited. I'm excited about the way things are going with the Suham business. I'm excited to be telling you guys, if you are on this call, some great things are coming up. Like I said, we're going to go to this call Monday through Friday. We're going to have guests. So you guys stay tuned about the great changes that we have coming. And also, I want to draw your attention, guys, over to the Suham School of Success, where we have a bunch of great modules, online video marketing, creating T-shirts, all kind of great stuff. Head over to suham.com. And before I end this call, just want to tell you about some training that we have coming up. If you guys are digging social media, you want more information on how to work social media to your advantage, then head over to the live event at suham.com, and you'll be able to check out the social media domination course that we have coming up. It's a live course. I think it's a day-long course that we have coming to Columbia, South Carolina. We invite you to go to suham.com and click on live events, and you can get all the information there. It is the website for that particular course, social media, and like I said, it's a live course. It's Mindset takeover.com. But if you don't remember that, just go to SueHam.com, click on live events. And again, guys, check us out for the mastermind coming up in February 2015. I appreciate you guys for coming on this call. We will be back again next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Solandia Hammond, affectionately known as Sue Ham Baby, and I'm asking all of you to join me on Facebook. Type in Sue Ham, SUE-HAM. We are releasing a series on why you need Facebook fan pages, and we're also releasing a series on how to attract wealth, and we're doing it by video. So subscribe to the Sue Ham fan page, and I will see you guys around the internet. But remember to live, love, learn, and laugh. Don't quit. Follow your dreams to success. I'll see you guys around the internet.